Okay. Um, so this was a long-awaited video. Should have got more prepared for it. Um, so let's do this. Should have got definitely more prepared for this video because there is a lot to be learned about currency pairs. And a trader that trades every currency pair, like myself, is like Michael Jordan trading. That's how I look at it. Michael Jordan wanted to do everything on that court. He didn't want no limits. And that's how sometimes I feel when I'm trading. I don't want no limits to my trading. So with that being said, let me tell you why it's more important to just trade everything. First of all, market structure. That's the first thing. But the actual reason why I trade everything is because everything is connected. It's such a connection. So this is the BXY, the Great British Pound Currency Index, right? This is the currency index for the pound. What does it look like? It looks just like GU, right? So GU is the major. The majors are the quote unquote major pair. This is the pair that you should be looking at in the first place to see what GBP is going to do in the first place. So if the pound index looks like GU, there's your base for every GBP pair. So let's go to Euro GBP. So now Euro GBP is going up because the pound is weak, as you can see. So GBP, Euro GBP will go the complete opposite direction. GBP JPY will be dropping too. I know a lot of GJ traders that just trade GJ and they won't touch GU or GBP CAD. CAD up there. Bearish too. Yeah, GBP CAD. They won't trade it because they like, oh, that's not my pair. But bro, your pair is British pound currency index versus whatever currency that you're trading with. All of them are bearish. All of them are bearish. Euro New Zealand will be doing the complete opposite. All of them are bearish. But that's not really what I'm. GBP has its own mind of its own. So is Euro. But the ones I want to focus more in on is Australia, New Zealand, CAD. Australia, New Zealand, CAD. All right. Let's look at New Zealand. That's my favorite one. This is the New Zealand dollar currency index, the ZXY. ZXY looks just like the New Zealand dollar. So if, like I said, New Zealand dollar is the major pair. So out of the major pair, you should see all of them usually following suit. Look at New Zealand JPY. It doesn't look exactly like it, but it's close because honestly, Japan in the dollar kind of moves in the same way. So if New Zealand JPY is bear, New Zealand is bearish itself because New Zealand dollar is the base pair. That's the major pair. So this moves first, then the rest of them follow suit. So if I see bearish momentum on New Zealand dollar, guess what I'm gonna see with New Zealand JPY? Bearish momentum. Euro New Zealand, bullish. See how it's bullish? GBP New Zealand, sort of bullish, but still bullish. What's another GBP? I mean, New Zealand. New Zealand chef should be bearish. Get up there. New Zealand chef, bearish. I don't even know. That already hit my take profit. Bearish. New Zealand CAD, bearish. I don't even have to look at it. You know why I don't have to look at it? because the major pair is bearish. So the minors are definitely going to follow suit. That's what you got to understand. Bearish. So same with Aussie. Let's look at Aussie. Aussie currency index. This is the Aussie currency index. It looks just like AU. Identical. So if AU is the major pair and it's bearish, that means GBP odd is bullish. Yep. See the bull candle? Euro odd, bullish. See it? AJ does the same thing AU do. They might as well say they're the same thing. It's bearish too. AJ, let's put AJ up there. Bearish. Odd chef. Bearish. Then odd CAD. Bearish. Super bearish, honestly. Odd CAD. There's it right there. Where I put odd CAD at? Odd CAD. Bearish. That move never happened. I moved my drawings after anyway, so. The reason why I say Australia and New Zealand and CAD are your, and in the dollar, of course, and the dollar can be kind of iffy anyway. Odd, Canada and New Zealand are the main basis instead of GBP, euro, and dollar, because we can literally do this. Watch this. I'm going to delete all of this for a second. And I'm going to show you something that's profound. Let's put every euro in here. Euro CAD. Euro New Zealand. Euro AUD. Euro Chef. Euro USD. USD. Euro JPY. Euro GBP. That's all of them, right? All the euro pairs that we can. Euro CAD, New Zealand, Australia, Chef, JPY. All right, let's look at the chart. Bearish, bullish. They're all down, but I'm looking at the last candle. So Canada stronger, New Zealand stronger than euro. Australia is way stronger. I'm looking at the candles, the last two candles. Euro Chef is, didn't look like Chef is killing it. The dollar's killing it. But look at JPY. It's like it's bearish. This is bullish. Bullish engulfing. It's on its way back up. I don't know what all that other stuff is. You see how euro, it doesn't matter what euro is doing. It really matters what Canada, New Zealand, Australia, Chef, the dollar, JPY, and GBP doing. You can literally put a buy, sell, 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 buy, buy, buy. Just based off of currency strength, off the they're gonna all go complete opposite, different directions because of the what's the pair that it's against. That's why I don't really group up euro and put euro trades in, right? What if we group up Canada trades, USD CAD, right? CAD JPY. CAD chef. New Zealand CAD. Odd CAD. Euro CAD. GBP CAD. I think that's all of them, right? And then let's put in the Canadian index, right? Let's put this at the top because USD CAD is the major, right? The rest of these are minors. But the major is USD CAD. So let's look at, this is Canadian dollar index. Let's look at USD CAD. It's opposite. See how it's opposite? You have the, let me show you, you need to see this. It's the major pair. So you have the trend line break. You had the support where it reversed. See that price failed to make a low. So it's on its way back up. Let's look at Canadian index. Same thing. Trend line break. That's the area on CAD JPY where it turned around. And then we have this area where price broke. It's completely the opposite because it's Canada. So obviously this is going to drop. So Canada is bearish. And that's why USD CAD is the complete opposite. But see, in order for me to go and look at the rest of these Canada trades, I'm looking at USD CAD because that's the major. They're majors because they move. So let's look at CAD JPY. So now that we know that Canada is bearish, CAD JPY should be bearish. See, it's starting to become bearish. The only reason why we had this big bull push up right here is because the JPY index took a really big drop. But if you see CAD JPY is bearish, it's starting to drop down. And I think this was divergence anyway. We'll get into that later. New Zealand CAD, bearish. Canada's weak. Well, Canada's weak for New Zealand. New Zealand's weaker than CAD, so there's not going to be a correlation right now because New Zealand's super weak. Odd CAD the same way, super weak. But Euro CAD should start pushing back up, making a good support. GBP CAD should try to start pushing back up, but GBP is weak. So there, with Canada, the correlations can be a little iffy. So now I'm looking more towards Australia and New Zealand being the better correlator because I do better on those anyway. So let's just do Australia. We did New Zealand already. So let's get the AXY. Let's get the major pair. The major pairs are USD. And then we just gonna go from there. R JPY. JPY in US dollar does a lot of foreign relations. Then from there you have CAD. New Zealand, one of my favorite pairs. And Mr. EuroCAD that does whatever the hell the pair is other pair is doing. It, then GBP odd. Then my least favorite, odd chef. My least favorite pair. So currency index for odd CAD, of course, looks like the major. So we're going off the major. The major is bearish. A odd JPY should be bearish. Yep. Odd CAD should be bearish. Odd New Zealand. New Zealand, I already know that New Zealand's more bearish than Australia, so could be pushing down. So yeah, it's pushing down. Euro odd should go bullish. There we go. Starting to push back up. Same with GBP odd. Should start pushing back up. Good. Odd CAD, bearish. Because Australia. Odd CAD, and looks like the odd CAD. So odd CAD and AU pretty much look the same. And AJ looks sort of the same, but the Japan did a nice little dookie on the JPY. So I wouldn't put JPYs together either because, again, JPY would look just like this, but you might get a good correlation with them. So we put the GXY in. You see, Japan's gonna have its moves when it makes move. But when it's not doing nothing, it just goes with the currency strength. So first one, we're gonna go with the major. Then we'll go for the minors. All right, JPY. New Zealand, JPY. Everybody's favorite GBP, JPY. Pays pretty good. It's probably why it's their favorite. What am I missing? My least favorite. What other JPYs missing? I'm probably missing stuff, but let's just see. Okay. So, like I said, JPY did a nice little She'll be coming back to retest this area where it broke. Might take a while. How's UJ look? UJ looks exactly, since it's the major, that's how it looks. It's just the complete opposite. You see? I don't know if that was EJ kind of sort of looks like it. They all kind of sort of look like each other. This is against the JPY. They're all bearish. Except I mean, everything's starting to turn back around because once it makes this move to come back to retest this, all this is going to dump. And honestly, at this point, when I'm seeing a fractal on the weekly on JPY, and we might have, this might be a harmonics, this is going to drop eventually. I might get into a sell on the lower time frame. As you can see, they all kind of, these are already, some of them are already starting to drop. It's based off the currency strength of the pair. But it looks like Swiss franc and the dollar is the most stronger ones out of the JPYs. So that's JPY. But you know, I did this so you guys can see some of the correlations with each other. Of course, we have the DXY that everyone looks at, and you have your pairs that go with the DXY, Euro USD, GBP USD, New Zealand USD, USD. You also have USD shelf. JPY, which is JPY, major, gold in there. Gold is dollar. So we're looking at the DXY. As you see on the weekly, it had the W and then the break start going up. EU drops because there's the W right there, and there's the break. EU did the complete opposite of DXY. All right, see it? GU almost close, being opposite. NU almost looks similar. We have that looking almost similar. We have USD CAD. I mean, US Chef looks kind of weird. USD Chef looks closer. See, there's the W, and then it's on its way up. The Chef, you know, I think US Chef looks more, closer to the dollar index than possible. Then you got UJ that looks nothing like. Then you have gold, which is at this trend line. Like it's going to drop back down. Gold should be. Why is the dollar bullish and gold bullish? Because they wanted to come and test this. Gold is a manipulating little bastard. They should be doing the complete opposite. Once the dollar start making, like when DXY makes deep pushes, then gold will just drop. It'll eventually drop. See how they wick right there. Gonna break. It's gonna break. Gold will break out or whatever. But the whole purpose of showing you this video, and I'll put in the description, is, you know, people that take signals, they take these signals because they understand the correlations. So, like I said, if somebody was going into EU because for sale because they know the dollar was going to be strong, like super duper strong, they probably take GU as a sell, USHIF is a buy, UCAD is a buy. If it's like if the currency strength is super strong or a little bit has an extra edge over everything else, then you can get a, like for example, let's say New Zealand. This is a better one for me because I do this. These are my setups. Remember, Euro go wherever the hell the pair going. And then GBP does too. Don't sleep on GBP New Zealand. So let's say New Zealand dollar is weak. Then I'm gonna put a sell. I'm gonna sell, buy, buy. I'm gonna put all four of them in. And have a setup for all four of them and let them hit TP. And that's what, you know, that's what signal people are doing. They'll look and see that the major pair is making the move. So the minor pairs will start following suit. After a while, some years of looking at the market, you'll understand. And especially if you're a person that trades every pair, you'll get to understand what's going on. But I had to give you an overview of correlations. That's what this is. Correlations is powerful. That's power. Especially going into the indexes of each trade to see it. That's all I got for you now, and I will see you on the next video.